Only on Animal Expedition Files. Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome to the Animal Expedition Files. I am your host, The Animal. Thank you so much for joining me today. It is Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Welcome to the show. Let's see who's on here. Hey, Michelle, how's it going? Thank you, everybody, for joining me. It's been a really crazy adventure lately. Just had to set up my studio. A whole bunch of crazy things going on with Comic-Cons and a whole bunch of cool stuff, meeting cool people and amazing people that I have in the background here that I can't wait to talk to. So it's going to be awesome. We're going to have a great time. And yeah, well, a lot of good and crazy news. Before I talk about UFO news, actually, Area 51 news, we're going to get into conspiracy theories. And also, I want to say my condolences to Ozzy Osbourne. We talked about him on Big Mama Radio this morning. And I am a big fan of, hey, Andrew, of Ozzy Osbourne. And I know it was a sad day for everybody in the metal community. And, man, he is a legend. But, we got some news going on other than Ozzy. We got Area 51 news here going on in the world, and a lot of conspiracy theories. Area 51 wrapped in smoke, igniting cover-up theories. A massive wildfire dubbed the Gothic Fire has crept within 15 miles of Area 51 in Nevada. Though officials insist it was natural wildfires, conspiracy theorists, especially myself, howl that it could be burning footage, hardware, or secret alien tech hitting on the base. So, what do you guys think of it? I'm going to share this video with you real quick, and I want you guys to let me know in the comments what you guys think about it. So, yeah, let's check this out.
We've got some major breaking news out of Area 51. A massive fire has broken out inside the base, and we're seeing it live on camera late last night. Allegedly, the 15th of July, plumes of smoke were spotted rising from within the boundaries of Area 51 in Groom Lake, Nevada. Get this, there's a 247 live stream camera set up just outside the perimeter on private property of the back gate entrance near Rachel, Nevada. And they're currently broadcasting the blaze. What we do know is that there is clearly a massive fire, as you can see in the giant plume of smoke. You can also see the wind blowing if you look at the trees, which is definitely not helpful in these types of situations. What we don't know is exactly what's burning inside Area 51. We don't have information on whether any structures are directly affected at this time. Was it a military training gone bad, an accident, or was it something else? Some people, of course, are speculating everything from black project labs that have blown up to alien tech, but it very well could be dry brush burning on the outside of the perimeter as well. This is crazy. Let me know. What do you think is burning in there?
So what do you guys think of that? It's pretty interesting, Area 51. Yeah, are they burning alien tech? Something that we don't know about? You tell me in the comments below. I'm going to bring on our guest. We're going to talk about all things paranormal. Hold on here. I'm just getting this all settled here while I got this music playing. But yeah, we got Ashley Turner in the background. She's also a podcaster, has her own show. I'm very excited. 3 Haunted Podcast. We're going to check it out. We're going to have some fun stories to tell. We're going to ask her some cool questions and challenge her. And yeah. What is up?
Hi, thanks for having me on.
Thank you. Thank you for joining the show. Yeah, that's crazy, Andrew. It's let me ask you this question since you're on now before we get into the real tricky questions. What do you think about this whole Area 51 thing on fire?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, oh gosh. I thought I was coming on to talk paranormal. Now we're talking conspiracies and Area 51.
Yep, that's what happens on this show.
I feel like it's misdirection. If I was gonna, jump into the conspiracy, I think it's a misdirection. I think probably Area 51 isn't what it used to be a long time ago. So it's kind of like the whole, magician card trick, look over here so you're not looking over here. So I'd
Mhm.
be looking at the picture as a whole and like what else might be going on in the news that's being kind of suppressed. Uh,
Yep.
and then yeah, that's where my instinct leans, but
Yeah, it's almost like politics, they try to distract you with
yeah.
some stuff and then something else going on.
Exactly, so they know Area 51 gets people's attention,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like, "Aliens,
Like,
Area
got
51."
we got
Yeah, and so it's like, "Oh
Roswell.
my gosh, stuff's on fire, there's smoke." So everyone's
Mhm.
looking that way, and it's like, "Oh, but this is happening over here."
Oh, man. Yeah, it's interesting. I can't wait to hear more about it, what's gonna happen there, because, I love Area 51, I love the conspiracy theories about it, and what are
Have
they
you ever
doing there?
been?
Huh?
Have you ever been?
I want to. Have you?
No, no.
Ah. That and I
Yeah.
wanna go to Skinwalker Ranch.
So I actually that's on my list of places that I wanna go,
Mhm.
Skinwalker Ranch, not just 'cause they're extraterrestrial, but that's a hotbed, right? You hear
Yeah.
about, like, cryptids, extraterrestrials, paranormal,
Mhm.
supernatural, you name it, it's there. So I
Yeah.
really want to go to Skinwalker Ranch, and now that it is owned by a new owner, I used to be out in Utah doing a lot of work, so I actually have a lot of people that are connected to the new owner. So now I just wanna handshake those connections and go out.
Yeah. I would like to see what's going on because that triangle thing, it's pretty interesting, the stuff that's going on there, supernaturally, and,
Yeah, I wanna see what it feels like, right? Because a lot of us in the community of the paranormal,
Mhm,
end of the spectrum of interesting things,
mhm.
we tend to be a little more sensitive to the kind of vibrations or energy around us, so it would be fun to go out there and just see what does it feel like?
Yeah.
Am I gonna walk in there and be like, "Nope," like,
Eh, I'd be
turn
like
right back
I'd be,
around.
like, bringing my Depends in there, and I'd be like, "Yep, I'm outta here."
We're gonna nope out of here.
I want, Sean's like, "I wanna dig up the Mesa." I would love to dig up the Mesa, but apparently there's some metal thing in there,
Mm,
so, I don't know. It should be interesting.
we should all go.
But,
It's gonna be an adventure. The community,
oh,
we're all just gonna go
I'm waiting
Skinwalker Ranch.
I'm waiting to get abducted one day, I've been, like, sitting here and be like, "Come on, they say there's a mothership out there," but I'm just waiting to get abducted one day and just chilling with, UFOs.
But what if it's worse?
I don't know.
Like, can you be unabducted? Like, "Return me, please." In fact, they might take me and realize, "Nah, not that one," and return me themselves.
They might take me and then be like thinking like twice. They'll be like, no, that guy's too loud. That guy's too loud, too obnoxious, and he eats too much Taco Bell.
They're gonna be like, "This girl talks too much," and I'm like, "You didn't listen to my podcast? That's on you. Responsibility on you."
Oh dang. Yeah. I don't know. I'm waiting. I've been like actually like praying to like get me because the way things are going right now.
Get weird with me for a moment. What
Oh, you're
if
talking to the master of weird. The
great,
master.
this is gonna work out well. But, well, let's say hypothetically, it's not a physical abduction like we think it is, like in the
Mm,
movies, right? Like there's a spaceship and it's gonna come and beam you up, Scotty. What if, when people go through sleep paralysis and they
mm,
go through, those kind of experiences where they wake up kind of like what they feel is in between their dream state,
yeah.
that's actually going into another realm, if you will, where extraterrestrials exist or other beings that we might call
Mm,
extraterrestrials. And so perhaps that's like maybe kind of like an abduction.
yeah. I don't know. What's your thoughts about like the whole underwater thing? Like they're coming from underwater. Like say they don't come from space, they're coming from an underwater city.
It would
Is what
make
they're
sense,
saying,
wouldn't it?
huh?
It would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
because like all right, I'm gonna get more conspiracy theory with you
do
because
it. Let's go.
I know we're supposed to talk about paranormal, but that's what I love about this show. We go all over the place. But
Into the we're going into the ocean.
we're going into the especially I'm a diver, so I
Oh
love
god.
the ocean.
I'm terrified of the ocean. If that's where the aliens are, I'm never gonna find
I haven't seen them yet, but I'll
them.
let you know. Well, if they take me, I can't let you know.
Contact me through a Ouija board or something. Actually, I don't play with
Metaphysical.
those, so I don't know. We'll figure out a way. We'll come up with a signal.
Yeah, we'll have to sign language or something. What was I gonna say? I'm lost.
Diver, ocean.
Okay. All right. Conspiracy theories about space, because I'm gonna like go forward and I'm gonna go backwards. All right, let's go back to the Apollo mission.
Okay.
Space. Did it happen? Did we go to the moon? Is it real?
Well, I think the
Or
moon
was it
is real.
Hollywood? Because there's theories and there's photos and there's evidence. And also I think is it Aldrin? Bill, whatever his name is. Forgive me for that. But
Buzz?
Buzz Aldrin said that they never went to space.
Well, he's because he's sour grapes.
Huh?
I said it's because he's sour grapes.
I don't know. It's weird. Like all of a sudden there's a Tesla car like in outer space, and I don't know. Like it's
Here's my thing with people that are like, I have proof. Unless you were there or not there, you don't have proof. We
yeah.
have ideas. And I think that people are always going to find proof for what they strongly believe.
Yeah.
And, like it's kind of like with ghosts, right? That's a
Mhm.
really like the paranormal world. We go and people are like, I have proof I saw an orb. And then we're like, but it's, a dust or a mosquito or a fly. And, I have proof I heard this sound. And it's like, but it was the door or the pipes that were creaking, or
Yeah.
there's something where it's like, if you want to believe something really strongly, you're
Mhm.
going to find your proof.
Yeah.
However, there's going to be those that are, on the opposite end, the skeptical end, that are going to say, actually, it might be this. Neither of them 100% know until they know, right? Until you
Yeah.
find the pipe that's creaking, or you find that damn fly that flew in. Oh, sorry. I don't know if this is.
You can say whatever.
You find it flying, across. Like we have ideas one
Yeah.
way or the other, but we don't truly know unless you are in that moment. And even in that moment, perception is reality. So,
Yeah. Now
were they on the moon? Were they not?
I don't know.
Oh no, there are some
Yeah.
weird things in photos, but
Yeah. Now let me ask you this other question. There's
uh-huh.
another theory. Do you remember the Challenger incident?
Which one? Like, wait, where? I guess what are you referencing?
There was a teacher on the Challenger space flight
Yeah,
and it exploded.
yeah. What's the theory?
Well, there's a theory that they found them alive in exact photos, but older. Exact names, same photos, but older. That they found them alive today. They're still alive. Supposedly, the capsule when it exploded, the part that they were in, like went to a whole different area and landed in the water and they escaped. So there's that theory with that one.
But wouldn't you, as a person who like the whole world is mourning you, you would have like the ethics to say, "No, I'm good."
I don't know. Like, if you think about it, like my mind's been digging on this lately. Like, we live in a world full of Hollywood, full of movies, things that, especially like war that's going on today. A lot of that, is that really real or is it fake? Because like I said, like we live in a world of Hollywood. And the more and more I see things and the more of AI that comes out, like, are we living in a movie? And we are just the audience.
But we're the players too.
Mm-hmm.
We're
Yep.
creating the content. We're
Yep.
contributing to the narrative in some way. You know,
I'm making you think.
no, it's one of those things where I'm gonna get a little even more challenging. to an extent, does it matter? Like,
Mm,
if I found out today that, like, everything being pumped through social media and pop culture was fake,
mm,
does that affect if I'm enjoying the world? If I am getting out and touching physical things out there, like a flower or
mm,
hiking or whatever? I think it matters if it's real. If the war is real and people are dying and, like, that kind of stuff, it matters, right? That
yeah.
affects people. But if it's fake, if it's, "Hey, this has all been contrived," like, does it suck people are manipulating you? Sure, or attempting to, but
Mhm.
whether it's someone behind a camera or someone in your life, like a bad ex, like like, there's always gonna be some people trying to play some games with you. So, like, it's assessing, like, it's the discernment. How much do I let that impact me and get me riled up and affect my vibration of, energy? And how much I'm gonna say, "You know what? This is my one chance that I'm aware of. I
Yeah.
can't remember." Some people say they can remember their lives. I can only remember this one. So, with that said, YOLO. So, what am I gonna do to be, like, as empowering as I can in my life? Because
Yeah.
there's certain stuff we can't control, but,
Mm,
like, the things that I can, am I gonna let that stuff rile me up?
yeah.
There are things that matter, again, if it's real, if people's rights are being taken away, if things are actually occurring that are, like, just very real things that are harming. Absolutely, it matters. But
Yeah.
if I found out that's all fake, does it suck that someone's playing a game?
Mm,
Sure, but that's not new. People suck. They
yeah,
try to play all the time.
agree.
So, what can I do to be in charge of my attitude? Does that make
Mm.
sense?
Oh, yeah. You take control of what you're doing.
Yeah, for sure. Because all I control is my narrative,
Yeah.
right? That's all I can control. So,
Yeah. Like, if there's a ghost right in front of you, I control it if I wanna look at it or not. You know?
right? Like, I could say, "Oh, it's a ghost," or,
Yeah.
"No, I ain't got time for ghosts today." I don't know.
I don't got time for that.
It's what you do with the ghost. So,
Oh, well, ghosts are a lot easier to deal with, honestly, than people.
yeah,
I do.
people are way more horror filled.
Yeah. Unless it's like 3 in the morning, what happened the other night after, a Comic-Con, and the door opened all the way open by itself and shut it by itself, and it wakes you up, and you're like, "Really?" Like, "Why? Why are you doing this to me, man?"
Look, I have been in bed, doom scrolling, wide awake, and hear stuff just start being knocked over in my bathroom. I thought, you know how some, like, a lot of bathrooms have the vents that kind of go outdoors, so when it's windy out, they kind of slam a
Yeah,
bit. Okay.
yeah.
I was thinking that's what it was at first. And I'm just like, oh, this is annoying. So I go into my bathroom to close the door where that would be coming from and go back to lay down. And I hear it start up again shortly after, and I'm like, "Oh,
Mm.
that's not coming from there, that's coming from my actual bathroom."
It's
And I'm just like,
a ghost going to the bathroom.
it sounds like stuff was being knocked over on my sink.
Yeah.
And then I think, "Oh, maybe because I have a habit of piling on my little cabinet things, I'm like, maybe I just, played Tetris not very well, Jenga
Mm,
collapsed." And so I go to check it, I don't see anything falling. So I'm like,
mm,
now I start to question, right? And it's just
yeah.
like I look in the bathtub, is anything falling in there? Nope.
No.
Go lay back down and it's quiet. So again, every time I get up, there's nothing.
Oh my
Lay
gosh.
down, bring my phone back up to doom scroll. It's quiet. And then a few moments later, it starts up again. And I'm like, okay, I see what this is.
Yeah.
And at that point, again, it's what you do with the ghost, right? So I'm not gonna lie. I like set my phone, I lowered it a little, looked in the bathroom, and I was like, hey, knock that shit off.
That's what I
Put my phone back up. I didn't hear anything the rest of the night.
you're like, "Yeah, I don't wanna know."
I'm like, this is my house. I mean, you can't always control it. But in that moment, I felt very in charge of my space.
Yeah. Oh, man. Especially being in the bathroom, like, if I was a ghost, I'd mess with so many people in the bathroom. So many people. I would unroll the toilet paper I would like flush the toilet a whole bunch of times.
Dude,
Make
that's why people say the water turns cold when a ghost comes in the shower. And I'm like, probably. If I were a ghost, I'd do that too. I'd keep turning it to cold.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Could you imagine, or like move the clothes and put it in the freezer? Move people's clothes and put it in the freezer. I would do some like really bad stuff. Like I'm really horrible person. Oh no, I'm kidding. I'm not horrible. I'm a jokester.
You're a jokester. You're a prankster.
That's what I like. There's like bad ghosts in life. I'd be the prankster in life if I was a ghost. I prank so many people.
I'd be a lame ghost, probably. I'd be like, well, I guess I have a lot of time to travel. And just like,
You would just be chilling there, like, what should I do?
who wants to go to Paris?
Oh my god, that'd be awesome.
Because you don't have to pay for it.
I
Like, I
know.
don't know how a ghost gets there. Like, can you think about it and will yourself there? Or is it like you can blip in and out? Do you actually have to like fly? Like, do ghosts fly? I don't know.
I would.
I have questions.
I would like do so much stuff if I was a ghost.
Can I just get on a plane? Like, how does this work? I have
Mm.
many questions because I feel like I just travel everywhere.
Let me ask you this question about ghosts.
Uh-huh.
What's your thoughts about dolls? You're like, nope.
With like dolls in like,
Haunted dolls.
I don't think I know, guys. I know I'm in the paranormal community. I know that I'm supposed to believe in all sorts of things. Dolls, I don't believe in haunted dolls.
You don't believe in haunted dolls?
I don't. Okay. I think that spirits can kind of attach to things, maybe, and maybe be tied to things because we've kind of jumped into with our podcasts like occult practices where people tie
Mhm.
spirits to objects. And that's kind of disturbing what they do to make that happen.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah, but with that said, I think that something has to keep that tie going,
Yeah.
right? Just like spaces, if they're going to be haunted or stay haunted, I feel like I think things just dissipate over time. Energy resets, things neutralize. So if a doll is going to be haunted, I do feel that has to be something that just keeps being reaffirmed, maintained, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
to keep that attached. Now, do I think an object can have something kind of attached to it? Sure. Do I think that dolls can be possessed? I do not.
Mm.
I don't envision Chucky or Annabelle
Hey,
or something running around or Megan like a robot. I don't know. Like I know that's something different, but I don't believe, and this is just my own perspective, I don't think an object, an inanimate object, can suddenly become mobile because something took over it.
yeah.
Um, can people be possessed? I think so because I think permission's given and the person is
Mhm.
still in there, giving the agency away. For lack of a better word, saying, "Hey, I'm a conduit, use me to do what you want."
Yeah.
A dog can't do that.
Mm.
Like, use me to do what you want.
Oh gosh, that would be horrible. I have been at a point where I've had an attachment on me at a prison when I investigated it, and it literally shook me to like my knees. It was really crazy. I had to actually, it was so bad I had to get prayed over. It was that crazy.
Yeah, I think people can definitely get attachments. I
Yeah.
think that we have an energy to attach to.
Hmm.
And I think a lot of it, I'm always gonna go back to that, and that makes I probably sound like, a hippie here, but I do believe that we have an energy to attach to. So whatever
Yeah.
vibration or energetic kind of thing that's going on with that entity, they resonate for some reason and they can connect.
Mm.
Whereas when you have like a doll, the doll doesn't come with an energy, right? It's not vibrating and in that energetic way, which is why we can find something and say, ooh, this feels off.
Yeah.
Perhaps someone was able to imprint their energy on it, but it will, again, I feel like it will dissipate over time. um, So I think that's how people can get attachments and
Mm,
writers and take that home with them and why we can experience those things. When it comes to objects, I think it takes a little bit more to make that happen. And I think it would take equally that much to keep it going, if that makes
mm,
sense.
that's interesting. The reason why I was asking about dolls because I've been
It's all over the news.
it's all over the news. Exactly. The whole Annabelle doll on the World Hell's Tour. Um no, it's been an interesting talk because a lot of people I've been talking to, like, is it the doll? Is it not the doll? Is it this or that? My answer to this whole situation, I've told people before a million times, like, you don't know what happens behind closed doors. And anything could happen behind closed doors because there was a newscaster said, "Oh, we have the results of what happened. It was natural, but we don't have the results." I'm like, "Well then, what is it?" Like you really don't know unless if you were behind those closed doors. And like I know people are going to fight and all this blah blah blah, but in the long scheme of things, I think, like, who knows what it was, you know?
And when it comes to Annabelle, I struggle with Annabelle because, I'm probably gonna be controversial in so many ways at this point. But when
I
it
was
comes to Annabelle, you know,
yeah.
they have her in this case, and it supposedly was blessed by priests every week and all these things, and it's supposed to contain the demon. And for me, if you can't bless the demon out of the doll, like,
Mhm.
if you truly believe a demon is attached to this doll and just no matter what you do to it, it will not go away,
Oh yeah.
then how is a case gonna contain that demon? Because
Yeah,
if it doesn't work on the doll itself, how is it gonna work outside of the doll?
and that's the part, like, what it could still do stuff outside of the case.
Clearly, I mean, people believe that, that doll's responsible for that. However, if we truly believe that's what that doll is capable of, then why is it on tour? Um,
Mhm.
that's
Mhm.
that's where I felt
Yeah.
when I see these stories and all the news articles, like, at the end of the day, it is tragic. Someone did pass away, regardless of what the reason was. It's sad. A
Mhm.
life was lost. When it comes to the doll itself, separating the tragedy away, just the doll itself, if you truly believe a doll is demonically possessed and capable of that thing can get out,
Yeah.
um, why would it be on tour? I do believe if a doll's going on a US world tour like a rock star, perhaps the people taking it out didn't believe it was. And
Mhm.
that's what, again, that's neither here nor there. That's just me making, you know, guesses based
Yeah.
on just logic, right? Like, if
Mhm.
I feel I'm responsible for something and this thing isn't like it's, I don't even know. I have a doll behind me.
Yep.
He's got Satan attached to it. Like, this teddy bear has it. Okay,
Now, if I see it
then
move, you might see me run.
he might fall. I sometimes have known to knock it and they all go flying down. This has fallen on my head. Um, it's precariously perched on the windowsill. It's one of those things where if I have something I think truly does, I fully believe it is carrying something that could harm people. And
Mm,
to the point where I have to get it blessed and I have to keep it in this blessed box. And like I believe it wholeheartedly, then I'm not sure then it would make sense if I'm like, but guys,
mm.
I'm gonna take it on a tour. World tour, I can't even talk. World tour.
Called
So
Hell's something.
like, again, questions, more
Yeah.
questions, and a lot of people have defended it. They're like, "Well, you have to understand," and I'm like, "But do I? Because if I put that in your possession, what would you do with it? If you fully believe that's the case, what would you do with it?" And, neither here nor I'm not judging anybody. I just in my opinion, if I look at that scenario, I would have to say one of two things. Either one, they didn't believe it's actually got anything attached to it anymore. So why not? Why not take it on and educate people about the Warrens and raise some money for the Warren Foundation? Like, why not?
Mm.
Lean into that a little.
And
But
the
it.
and the crazy thing is, like, if I was like a demonic entity, like they said they left Annabelle in a van when they were at a hotel. Would you be pissed too if you were that entity, like in a hot van, in a box, blessed by something? Like, would you
Bless
be
bless
pissed?
something.
Like, would you be pissed?
I don't think they like we're putting human attributes on it though. Do you think a
Mhm.
demon feels heat? And like
Yeah. But would you be
and
pissed?
suffocation? I'd be more pissed I'm in a box. And I've been in a box, I can't get out of for however long they've had
Oh.
Annabelle. It's like, yeah, I can't get out of. Like, I'd be more mad that I'm in a damn box for how what are we at now? How long has Annabelle been in that box? Like 30 years plus? I don't know.
Apparently they put it in another box because they have to repair that box, the other box, the original
They
box.
took it out.
They took it out, put gloves on, and they had to
You know,
put.
and one might say that the demon entity had an influence on them, which is why it went on tour to begin with. It
Mhm.
was leaking influence. Like there's lots of things, just like the conspiracy
They got
theories we see
possessed.
elsewhere.
Mhm.
What?
You saying they got possessed?
No. But you don't have to be possessed to be influenced.
Yeah,
So,
it's
um,
like I get influenced all the time to eat tacos, but
look,
the
it,
after effects after it, like, is never good.
it's like you're possessed.
Yeah, possessed by Taco Bell.
You're
That's
trying to expel the demons.
yeah. That's another talk one day.
No more Taco Bell for you, okay? It's
Oh
bad for you.
man,
It's bad.
I love tacos. I don't know why.
Those aren't real tacos, friend.
I know, but like when I go to okay, like when I want something like really quick, if I go like to a food truck, it takes forever to make a real taco because you have to wait. But like if I'm at work, I need something quick. Taco Bell is the fastest, and I always regret it. And I know people are gonna laugh at me. Why you do this to yourself? It's because I'm torturing myself in life. That's why.
So then, how do you feel about Robert the doll? Because they do keep him in one spot. They don't take him on a rock tour.
Mhm.
How do you feel about that?
Robert the doll.
Oh, Roberto.
I don't know. I think like the same situation. He's in a glass case. He's in a glass case for the world to see. And people like have to like ask for permission to take pictures and say, "Hey, can I do this?" Because apparently there's been instances that things have happened if they didn't ask permission.
Hey, look, as much as I don't believe of like the haunted doll things, I like the story of Robert the doll because at
Yeah.
least they're teaching consent and like, hey,
Like,
there's
hey, can I
one one silver lining.
selfie with you?
Can we take a selfie? And of course, the world you and I are in, it's like that'll be $40, please.
Oh man. Hey Betty, hey Sean, Brandon, what's up? Taco Bell, stay away from the tacos.
Yeah, what Brandon said. Stay away from the tacos. Those aren't real
Oh
tacos.
man. Especially when they say you want extra beef with that for 50 cents.
It's
Like,
not real beef.
I'm like, you tried to make me fat here. I'm like, come on.
They're just giving you what you want, like a demon.
Yeah, exactly.
And maybe that's what Annabelle does.
Mhm.
I will say though, I think also getting even more out there, I do feel places stay haunted, objects stay. I honestly feel, and we talked about this on an episode recently,
Mm,
is even if it wasn't haunted before, I think you can essentially get what you're looking for
yeah.
just by what energy you're bringing to the table. So when you've got a lot of people coming to the Robert the Doll afraid of it,
Mm.
and they're vibrating that fear and they keep that fear going. I think that's gonna accumulate, and if there wasn't something with Robert before, possibly there is now,
Mm,
just by what people are bringing to the table. Uh,
yeah.
Same with that museum in, Vegas, Zach's museum. He's got a collection of like items that are, famous for one thing or another. And it's like maybe they weren't bad individually, but
Mm,
now you've put them all in a collective place. You've created a space of pure fear where people believe, and belief, I think, is like 90% of the adventure. So believe that these things are evil. They
mm.
believe that they're bad. And it's like, well, maybe it wasn't before, but
You know what I kind of want to do, and I've been wanting to do this at a haunted location, especially like a place like Zach Museum. Like,
eat Taco Bell.
oh, eat Taco Bell, yeah. No, but like, bring like a pizza or something or Taco Bell. Like, bring it there. Like, go by yourself. Bring food. Like, offer food, and have lunch with them or dinner.
Oh,
and like have a conversation and
you're
see.
going to bring an offering.
Yeah, like an offering, kind of like that. Oh, probably regret the rest of their life.
And this is how you became possessed.
Yep, that'd be like, ooh, this guy gives me food. I'm gonna possess him.
So here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna bring food, and then you're gonna say, "I invite you in." But before you do that, I need you to hit record and stream.
Let's see what happens. That's too funny. But other than Taco Bell, let's talk about you now. I know we got off a little bit on UFOs and all that stuff, but tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got into the paranormal, into this amazing journey into the wilderness.
I was born there.
Me too.
I was born in the wilderness. You know where you're at? You're in the jungle, baby. The jungle of ghosts.
Hey, that's a
Uh
good.
Now I've been having paranormal experiences since I was a kid. Even before I
Oh,
knew it was paranormal, before I would admit it was paranormal. I
yeah,
grew up in a very traditional Hispanic community though, so we
that's
didn't talk about it because if you talk about it, especially back then, if you talk about the paranormal and what you're experiencing, they automatically assume the devil's trying to possess you.
mm-hmm.
And then, all that brings is prayer circles and exorcisms of sorts. I mean, they
Yeah.
don't wanna call it an exorcism, but, we know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and
Mm-hmm.
and it's all we joke about it as adults, but, like, it's pretty traumatizing as a kid. So, you just learn not to talk about things, right? It's like Fight Club. You're there, but you don't talk about it.
No.
And it feels like Fight Club. I've been experiencing, and it's all different levels of it. I've gone through things that occur during sleep paralysis, and I've gotten to the point because I've had it my entire life. I know when it's generated from my brain,
Mm-hmm.
when it's just like, okay, my mind's coming up with all these, and when it's like, this doesn't feel like me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's terrifying.
Oh man.
Yeah. So, what do you want to know?
Um, let's see. Trying to think. I have a million questions, but my ADD, like, which one do I want to ask first?
Michael Galliano. I adore you.
Exorcisms are great. I just hate counting calories.
Anytime I feel like I'm starting to be possessed or suppressed, I just go to the mountains and hike because that's how we exorcise our demons in Colorado.
Mike, you crazy man. Which is that poor Michael, what he went through. Mike Geck,
Yeah.
I don't know.
We love Galliano. Galliano.
He's actually coming to Florida to
Go.
the Paracon that I'm putting on in October.
I'm glad you're getting back on the road, Mike.
Yeah. I told him I'd get him generic beef sticks.
We're gonna talk about y'all's food habits, and in fact, I know what he buys on the road: the Twinkies and the Debbies and the.
Oh gosh. His poor stomach.
I can't judge. I love Reese's peanut butter cups.
Oh my
So.
gosh, especially the peanut butter and jelly ones.
Oh, we
Have you
were
tried those?
friends until just this moment. In fact,
Uh,
timestamp it.
oh, I ruined it.
It's over. It's done. It was good while it was lasted.
See what happens.
Nice knowing you, kid.
My mouth. Yeah, but no. Have you ever had like a traumatic experience in the paranormal?
So many.
Huh?
So many.
Let's talk about it.
In fact, I so much didn't talk about it until my one of my close friends convinced me to start a podcast and start talking about it. And the
Mm,
first season, I would talk about it and then edit it out because that's, when you edit the episodes, you have full creative control. The further on we've gone, we're now rounding out to the end of season 5. I've become more comfortable. I still get a little iffy because I'm like, "Ooh, what if people think I'm weird?" But it's like, you know what? I am weird. So here
yeah.
we are. It's nice to know the community is getting bigger and the conversation is becoming more normalized though. So,
Yeah.
um, as a kid, I definitely experienced a lot that was startling because none of my experiences and encounters were positive,
Mm,
or at least not in the moment. So, I would say the most active, because we talk about like experiencing in terms of asleep or hearing things or seeing things. I really don't like the idea of touch. People will go into a paranormal investigation and say, "You have permission to touch me." And I'm like, "You absolutely are not allowed to touch me."
no.
So, when
That's
I was 10,
asking
I lived in
bad
this
juju.
house. What?
That's asking bad juju.
Nope, you can't touch me,
Nope.
not in any way, shape, or form. I joke with my co-host, I'm like, "Slap him, don't touch me." He'll like it. Uh
That's funny.
But for me, when I was 10, I lived in a house and I experienced stuff before that, but I remember this is where a lot of the stuff happened. And to me, it was a house, but I still have nightmares about this house. Like that's,
Uh,
I'm getting to be older and I still dream about this. But 30 years later, I still dream about it. And lived in this house. I was terrified of my room, and they had converted the attic into 2 extra bedrooms and a bathroom, so my sister and I both had our own rooms up there, and, I insisted that the room that I was in didn't it wasn't there was something about it, and my mom, sweet as can be, shrugged it off, and I would wake up in the middle of the night. The first thing I remember from this house is I would wake up in the middle of the night, and in my closet, because first I didn't wanna be against the walls. I don't know why, I just didn't wanna be, so I had my bed in the middle of the room. And I started waking up in the middle of the night, and I'm like, "What's waking me up? There's sounds I'm hearing." And I realized it was coming from my closet, and I used to sleep with the closet open. Because of this house, I don't.
mm,
Even as an adult, I'm like, "Closet has to be closed."
yep.
Um, I
Open.
would wake up and hear sounds from my closet, and so because I never had issues with my closet before, I just walk to my closet. It's dark, and I walk over to my closet, and I hear, like, a scratching sound, and I'm like, What is that?" So I put my ear against the wall because I could hear scratching, and it sounds like scratching going up and down, and up and down. And so I'm like, "What the heck is that?" So I put
Mm.
my ear against the wall, and I'm following it as high up as I can go and as, like, far down as I could go. Because again, at that point, it's not registering.
Yeah.
Sounds like someone's taking their fingernail and slowly scratching up the wall, and
Uh,
then slowly scratching down the wall. And it's slow, and it's just up and down repeated. And so I just kinda back up, and I close my closet door. And I go lay back down. And like Brandon said, I told my mom about it the next day, and she's like, "It's a mouse, it's mice." And I'm like, "Don't they run faster? This is like a slow
yeah.
up and down and repeated slow." But I'm like, "Oh, sure, it's a mouse. Sure."
Someone said just a big rat.
It just but that was bad. And
Uh,
I ended up, like, I would hear it every night, so I just started sleeping with it closed. It was repeated every night. And, I'm gonna answer that in a moment, Michael. And, I started telling her that I felt like something was behind my closet wall. And I'm like, "I think there's something back there." And she's like, "No, it's not." And I'm like, "There's something back there." And the way the house was built and the way that it was renovated, there was a window that kind of, went out. And she's like, "You see where the window is? There's no way for something to be behind your closet because it's in line with that. So, like, there's no way.
Yeah.
That's your closet. There's no way a window would be facing the street and be there." And so I'm like, "Okay, mom." And
Mm.
I just I kept experiencing things. I was afraid of my room, and it got to the point where I started sleeping in the living room. I'd pretend to fall asleep so they'd leave me downstairs on the living room couch. And I'd be wide awake, but I'm like, I'm pretending to be asleep.
Uh,
And I remember that happened for like a week or 2. And then, after a few weeks, I actually did fall asleep, but, each night, I woke up being carried to my room.
oh wow.
And it felt like I was so out of it, but it felt like a man. And
Hmm.
I'm like, "Alright, whatever." So I went to bed. Like, I was in bed, but, like, I stayed, like, mostly asleep and then went all the way back to sleep once I was in
Yeah.
my bed. Next morning, I woke up and I'm like, "Wait, there's not a man that lives in my house."
Hmm.
And my mom does not feel like a man. So I was just like, "That's weird." And the only one I could think of was, like, my mom's partner at the time, and I'm like, "But that's not right either, because
Yeah.
that's not right, there's not a man that lives in this house." So,
Yeah.
went to sleep in the living room again and got carried to my room again. And this time I didn't wanna open my eyes. Like, I woke up a little more clear, but I'm like, "I'm not opening my eyes." And after that, I'm like, "Okay, clearly whatever it is wants me in my room." And
Yeah.
so I'm like, "Fine, I'll sleep in my room. It's fine. I don't want you to touch me, whatever this is."
Uh,
And so I stayed in there. My brother reported, like, he came in to my room when I was asleep one day. I had taken a nap. He came in yelling at me, asking me what I was into. He was 2 years younger than me, so he's like 8. He's raging at me, and I'm like, "I don't understand why you're mad at me." Apparently, he heard because our vents were connected, so he could hear
yeah.
sounds. He heard, like, chanting coming from my room. I
What?
had been asleep. I was asleep. He came in yelling at me. I woke up startled, and
Hmm.
he had heard chanting coming from my room, and he thought I was doing something, like, occult. I don't
Some
know.
voodoo thing or
Yeah,
whatever.
and I'm like,
I
"Bro, I
got
was
some stories to
asleep."
tell you.
Yeah, and I'm like, "I didn't do anything." So, the reason I brought up the something behind my closet because I was insistent there was something there, and everyone thought I was crazy. My sister had a door in her closet that extended to, like, a little bitty side closet, and she would get mad at us. She was older when we'd play in there. She's like, "You stay out of there." So, one day after school, she was supposed to be at softball practice. We're playing in her closet as we're not supposed to be. And she comes in early from practice, opens the door, sees us, gets pissed at me, and there's fiberglass on one side, like that pink insulation with the fiberglass in it. She's so mad at me. She grabs me and throws me into the insulation. Now, one would think because the hall and the way the house looks like it's constructed, I'm gonna hit like a wall behind it, right?
Mhm.
I go flying through it. I'm laying on my back. I wake up, or not wake up, but I look up. I'm mad. I sit up and I start to like go to yell at her, and I see her and my brother eyes wide looking behind me. And I'm mad, right? Because I'm covered in insulation. And
Yeah.
then I see their facial expressions and I'm like, look back. There is a whole damn room
Dang.
that extends, and the way it shifts, it extends under where my window would be and then continues on into a full room behind my closet.
That's nuts.
And I'm like, "I knew it!" And I'm, like, shaking in fiberglass, and I'm like, "I knew there was something, I told you!" And then I run out of her room. So, then I get to my room, and I'm like, "Oh, damn it." And nobody wants to be right, because then it's like, "What's that? What was the scratching?" So,
Hey,
she
J
had dreams too, but, um, I will say we moved out of that house years and years and years later. We're talking, I wanna say 5 years later. My mom gets a phone call, and it's some lady who she had tracked down previous owners of the house
yeah.
and got a hold of it was a small town, so she got a hold of my mom's contact information, and she explained that her son was going through certain things and explained what her son was going through. And when she explained it to my mom was like, "Which bedroom is his?" And when she told her, it was exactly my room.
Wow.
And it mirrored all the stuff that I went through. So that was a lot. Sorry, I took up a whole lot of time with that.
No, that's Mike. Here's a question, Mike. Do you think Miguel has 2 nipples or 6? Do they have little litter of kids or just one?
Well, they're more primate-like, so I would say 2. But jury's out. You tell me. Find one. Serenade them. Let me know what you
I think
discover.
Mike knows the question.
Court them, Michael. Let me know do y'all have a litter or do you have one?
Well, he asked a good question right here. Do you think the paranormal world acts as a counterweight? As our field grows and gets bigger, the haunting and ghostly veil shrinks and the encounter becomes less.
No.
Because
I think a lot of people that encounter paranormal are encountering it in specific scenarios, like living in their home or
Yeah.
being in specific spaces where they're not really trying to find it, it's just occurring around them. And, if it's occurring around you, I think it's hard to then be like, "Oh, wait, hold up, ghosts. Let me hit record." Um, I think there is a vibration we bring when we are on an investigation, when we're with groups that may sometimes push that stuff
Yeah.
out for a moment. It suppresses it. When you have Michael Galliano in the room and he's happy and bringing that vibration up, chances are you're probably not going to get many ghosts because that vibration is up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right.
You're happying the ghosts away, Michael.
I know, Mike. Come on. You got to be negative. No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, don't be negative. No, I don't think. I think there's more people out there.
Yeah.
And so definitely it feels like it's getting smaller. But I mean, that's even the world as it stands, right? The more people you ask about ghosts. But I think there's also more people talking about it, right? Before it was like, nobody
Yeah.
believes in ghosts. You're crazy if you believe it. Now you and I go to a convention and say, tell me your ghost story. How many people talk about theirs?
Have you noticed that, like, when I first got into this, like, oh, ghosts is for nerds, and now, like, you talk about ghosts, they're like, oh my gosh, I saw the spirit come out of the door, and it pickabooed out of the corner and did this, it did a backflip and all this, and they tell you the whole damn story and everything, and then it's like your best friends.
You're best friends with the ghost.
You're best friends with people that like didn't believe. Like, honestly, like I've talked to so many people that were skeptics and they became skeptics no more because they started becoming believers.
And look, here's the thing. For me having all of the experiences I have, every single one of them I try to talk myself out of. I'm like, that's not real. If it's real, I will over logic an experience just because I don't want it to be real. And I also bring skepticism,
Yeah.
healthy skepticism to an investigation. And I know that sometimes confuses people because they're like, but you experienced all of this. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
And even that stuff, I'm like, but was it real? And they're like, shut up, it was real. So, do I think that it's a counterweight? No, I think it's a world we don't understand that exists in some way with ours, whether it's alongside or it's, the waves that eventually oscillate and sometimes cross. I don't know. But I think it's still what it always was. We just maybe have too many cameras on it. Maybe we just don't have the right equipment yet to
Yeah.
detect what's always there.
I totally agree. Mike says we're on the theory of all emo kids are haunted.
I was never emo.
Oh, I kind of was when I was young, back in the day.
Wasn't. I couldn't pull it off. I was too pale and had dark hair. People call me Samara.
Samara.
I'm like, I do not look like her.
That's okay. I always been called Jack Black.
Well, that's rude.
I even got called Jack Black this past week. And that's
Is it because of your voice?
I don't know. It's the beard. I don't know.
Oh.
I've been called Jack Black my whole life, so I don't know.
Can I call you Lumberjack?
Yeah.
Lumberjack Black.
Yeah.
We're gonna work on it.
I always wanted to grow my beard out longer and like just hide stuff in there. Just like as a secret like compartment, like pull out a taco, pull out a snack or something.
Mike says we need like an Only Ghost subscription.
Well,
Considering the content you post, I think you're already well
my
on your way there.
gosh, could you
started.
imagine like only go I talked to Mike one time. I said I wanted to put an only Squatch subscription, dress up as a Sasquatch and start twerking at a tree and stuff and try to see if it sells.
But watch out, you're gonna end up drawing in another Sasquatch who thinks you're trying to mate.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna find out if you have litters.
We'll put Mike first in the costume.
We volunteer him as a tribute. He'd do it.
Oh, he would.
He'd
I'd put beef sticks around him so it attract.
And Taco Bell.
And Taco Bell. Oh man, could you imagine?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be horrible.
That'd be horrible.
But funny, but horrible. Oh man, I can't believe it's already been an hour.
Yeah, we talked a lot.
I know.
My story took up a lot of
longer.
time. What'd you say?
I need to make my show longer because I feel like hours turn in like an hour turns like so short.
Yeah, well.
Oh.
And I talk a lot. That's why the aliens would return me. Look at me. Call back to the beginning. Woo woo.
Oh, I love talking about you. I could talk about UFOs all day. I could talk about like no matter what. It's funny, like especially being on radio. Like we get to like talk about like weird stuff and all that stuff, and it ends up being like UFOs and stuff like that.
That's what I love. So I have 3 haunted podcasts, and we will talk about anything that is maybe not on the norm. You know, we're like an alt podcast, but it's exciting, right? To be able to just have natural conversations about whatever comes up. Someone says, I want to come on and talk about, horror movies. And suddenly we're talking about their ghost experiences and if we believe in aliens. And I love that. I love it because more people think about what's out there than they realize. So,
well, it makes me laugh because like my show, it's not like structured. And I've had actually people like, well, like I only invite certain people on because I needed to be structured and this blah blah blah. I'm like, relax, dude. Like it should be about fun. Like people, like every time I talk to people, like after the shows, they're like always like that was the most comfortablest thing I've ever been on, and I love that because I want people to be comfortable. To like we're having a cup of coffee or something. I want it to be free. I want it to be comfortable. I want people to be able to be open, and
this was awful.
I know. I try.
Awfully fun.
Oh yeah. Well, it's funny. Like sometimes we'll like talk about nonsense and talk about like sometimes it would like when we had Mike on, we talked about toilets half of the show.
He likes to talk about toilets.
Yeah, we talked about toilets. We talked about poop. Anything you could think of. We talked about Sasquatch nips. And there were some other things there, but that's for the audience. That's rated R. So knowing what Mike says, but yeah, it was out there and it was fun.
Yeah, no, this is fun. This has been fun. I really had a good time, and I appreciate you having me on.
Not a problem.
And I will tell you ghost stories anytime you want. That was just to remind me to tell you about the scars I got, literal scars from a paranormal experience.
Yeah, I didn't even ask if you ever got scratched or anything like that.
Yeah, so it's a spooky world out there.
And we got so much to talk about.
We sure do.
But we're gonna talk after the show. We're gonna end this show. But thank you everybody so much for joining us on Animal Expedition Files. We really appreciate it. And thank you so much, Ashley. We're going to be talking in the background here once we go off the air and talk a little bit more about ghosts and stuff like that and about your podcast show.
Thank you.
So,
Spooky.
spooky time. Thank you, everybody. Please like and subscribe. And where can people find you, Ashley?
Well, I'm glad you asked. We are on, we're 3 Haunted Podcasts, the number 3 Haunted, all one word podcast. You can find us on 3hauntedpodcast.com. We are on all podcast streaming platforms. So if you listen to it, we're on there. It's whether it's, I don't want to throw out any brands, but any of them. You can find us on YouTube, all of the audio streaming. We do have some live stream episodes. Most of it is audio only, but yeah. It's out there. Give it a go. We have a lot of different topics we cover, from metaphysical, extraterrestrial, paranormal to horror, because we are horror lovers. And
Yep.
Tune in. Let us know if you, and also because you have a big paranormal reach. If anyone's interested in being on the show, including you, reach out. Love to chat with you.
We're going to talk about that after this.
I bet we are.
We're going to talk about it. But thank you, everybody. Thank you, Ashley. This was amazing. I can't wait to talk again with you. It's going to be really fun. Yeah. If you invite me on your show, like, I got some stories to tell you.
We love stories. Can't wait.
So thank you so much. I will not be live this Saturday. I'm going out of town, taking a break from the internet, but you never know, I might be around. So.
Me too. It's my big 40th on Saturday.
40. I turned 40 last year. Yeah, I'll be 41 this year.
We're gonna be in the 40s club.
The 40s club.
I'm calling it my, well, I don't want to use too hard of a swear word, my duck around and find out era. Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome. All right, guys. Well, you guys have a good night and hug a squatch, people, and a good night.
Lights on. Dark Realm TV.